Peace, family. Welcome to Black Star TV 2.0. It's your boy Black Star. And today we are going to talk about the state of affairs in Black America in 2022. But I want to start off by saying rest in peace to the brother Jalen Walker, the brother killed in Akron, Ohio. But I want to speak on that and actually show the video um, to him being shot so many times. 90, he actually got shot 90 times. Shot at 90 times. He was hit 60. So we actually are in a state of emergency. We've been in a state of emergency, but we actually have to start policing ourselves. How we have to figure out a way of going about that, and you know, all this defund the police. I just feel like that's a nothing burger and a way for that's just like political jargon that people try to use. That's not going to do anything because the police are really here initially to oppress Black people. Um, as y'all know, the FBI actually has stated before that they have an influx of white supremacists that's joining law enforcement, and we can tell based off this video and what they did to the brother. And I feel like the 90 shots that they shot at this man and the 90 million that they're using to build this Atlanta city. I'm gonna actually pull that up too. Um, I think has a correlation to an extent to one another. I can't actually pinpoint the correlation, but I definitely believe they have a correlation to one another. But let's get into it. Let me share my screen and at least show you the video if you haven't seen it. Viewer discretion advised. Um, but here we go. Let me get to it. Let's get into it. They chopped these body cameras up too, because they only, as a matter of fact, it took them days to even come out with the body cams, and I believe that's when they waited to chop these up a little bit, because they're not showing the initial reason why he fled. See, because they only showing the chase. They not showing the initial pullover when they pulled him over, because the brother was pulled over initially. They're not showing that part of the body cam. They're only showing the part where they're chasing him. They get out and straight up murdered this brother, man. I don't want to keep watching this, keep y'all seeing it, but this is just another angle. Over excessive, over policing. This is unnecessary. He's running. He's not a threat. He's running. He's not a threat. And you decided to ambush this brother. And I wouldn't really call it an ambush, but you definitely straight murdered this dude. 90 shots, 60 bullet wounds for what? The man was, you can see he wasn't a threat. You can see the videos edited, because if the man was pulled over, you need to, because that, I believe that would give us an idea of why he ran. Do you get what I'm saying? Even because running is not illegal. Running is not illegal. You're allowed to run, right? And even if he was under arrest, so what? His back was turned. That means he's not posing a threat. Now, if I shoot you with your back turned, they're gonna be like, bro, that he wasn't posing no threat. You know what I mean? Go to jail. Again, which is another reason I'm trying to tell y'all that they are only here to oppress Black people and to lock us up. Again, white people are committing millions and millions of more crimes than black people. They're actually committing millions of more crimes than every other race combined in the country. And black people are 50% of the jail population. Doesn't add up. When only we like 13% of the total population in the country. So yeah, that shit was hella whack. I definitely don't and approve of any protesting, being in the streets like that. Shit doesn't do nothing. That's not going to get us nowhere. So I think what we need to do is we need to start fighting back. One, definitely got to get on that Micah Johnson energy, which I'm gonna show y'all in a second. Let me get to that real quick. Let me get to that and show you the Michael Johnson. This is the dude from Dallas. This was back when the Black Lives Matter was protesting. This is the type of energy we need to get on with the police. I'm not advocating that anybody do that, but I'm telling you, it needs to be fighting back time. Especially if somebody doing something to you. Look. Bang, 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 bang. He's down. Nigga went out like a straight G. Nigga went out like a straight G. Don't feel sorry for me. Have a party for me. You heard me? He went out like a straight G. And that's the type of energy we need. Not that protesting stuff. All that shit is that shit is done, man. All that praying, all the protesting, walking down the street, walking up and down the street, voting. All that shit is over, man. That's dead. What we need to be doing is building our own communities, like them brothers in Hereafter Farms. You got brother Farrakhan, um, and brother this is not Minister Farrakhan. This is another brother that's named Farrakhan. His first name is Farrakhan. And brother Ben X and others. I think Reza Islam is part of that too. But Hereafter Farms, where they're making land and they're making many houses on the land. They got over 1,000 acres. I think they got 1,200 acres of land. And they building communities, man. You feel what I'm saying? The same thing they doing in Atlanta. Which let me actually show you that. Let me show you that real quick. Let me add this thing real quick. Hold on 1 second. 1 second. Man. So Atlanta approves $90 million for cop cities. Donate. What is that doing? Atlanta approves $90 million for Cop City, sitting on over 300 acres of forested land. So they want to do this to implement and make us a mock city, completed with shooting ranges and space for weapons and explosion testing and burning building testing. See, so they want to. I think it's definitely a lot more than that. It's a testing to like test out, um, you know, how to oppress us. They got over 300 acres of land just for the police. Like, why do you need to test? Why do you need to? I thought you had shooting ranges and things like that. 90 million could have went to the people. To the people. All y'all are used for is to oppress people. See what I'm saying? Look at this shit, man. Y'all only used to oppress people. I think. So again, 90 million, $90 million, 90 shot stone. It's probably something ritualistic about that 90. I could probably bet my bottom dollar on it. I can't uh, uh, bring together the correlation between the two, but I'm telling you right now that there is something ritualistic about that 90. And yeah, man, it's just they doing too much, man. They just doing too much. The police, we don't need to be policed by our government. We need to be policed by ourselves. I believe that things would go a lot different. I think the community would actually benefit from us policing ourselves because, again, we wouldn't ambush another black man like that. We're not just going to run down just because he's running and dump 90 shots on him. You feel what I'm saying? But that's why I actually wanted to show Micah Johnson last so you can be left with that energy and that type of time because that's the type of time we need to be on. You feel what I'm saying? When you killing us, you got to get killed back, bro. Body for a body, fam. We not all that other stuff, all that protesting, all the act, all that stuff. That man, that shit got to go, man. Voting, they got all these black bourgeoisie boule out here explaining and praying, and man, that is a no bueno. That's no bueno, bro. We can't afford any of that, and I just think that it's it's in the way, man. It's just in the way, man. It's been going on for years. Um, I was saying this back when all them dudes was dying. Trayvon, Michael Brown, yo, man, protesting ain't gonna get you anything, and we can see that. You get what I'm saying? Now that Michael Johnson energy, if that happened every single time one of us got killed, them killings would slow down. People talk about that insurance, and I believe that's true too. Like if that brother had, they had $1 million life insurance policy on him, and his family was to get rich off that, which they gonna get rich anyway because that's gonna be a wrongful death lawsuit. But see, that's what I'm saying. That's gonna be a wrong. You can get a wrongful death lawsuit and the insurance money, so it'll be like a double whammy for him. But like, I believe that is a good idea to get insurance, but I also believe that if you start rocking them back, man, that shit gonna slow down. It's gonna slow down. It's definitely gonna slow down. I ain't saying it's gonna stop, but it's gonna put an immediate slowdown to that shit. You ain't just gonna be running around killing people just for the sake of killing people. You feel me, stupid? You feel what I'm saying? Because we can't allow you to just keep oppressing us through the law. Like this is all y'all do. Like you had the power to just do whatever you want, overcharges, over mass incarcerators, over sentences, killers, and then people don't even go to jail for it, right? You're gonna say, oh, he ran because he had a ski mask on. Like, so what? He wasn't robbing nobody at the time. Even if he did rob somebody before that, he was not a threat. You talking about, oh, well, we hit him with the taser and he kept going. What happened to a leg shot? What happened to I don't even think you needed a shot. Nigga, get your ass in shape and run that boy down, man. See, y'all don't even care about being in shape no more because you just got the gun to try to settle everything. You feel what I'm saying? Like, man, this shit is crazy, man. They talking about mass shooting, man. They done let more shots out than the dude that did the mass shooting in Buffalo, man. What are you talking about? Man, this nigga had an AR. Nigga, 90 shots for one person. That's overkill. That is overkill, and that is unnecessary. That is absolutely unnecessary and way too much for one person. And I definitely um, believe that you need to be on that Micah Johnson type time. It's funny because that's my son's middle name, Micah. Yep, Micah. Micah Johnson, yo, for real, man. And rest in peace to that brother too, man. Definitely big shout out. Matter of fact, I'm gonna make a shirt. And right now, I got the shirts of some of the ancestors. I believe some of them ancestors, not all of them. But yeah, man. You feel me? Made this little joint. Got got all the master teachers and all the master teachers on there. So yeah, man, we need to get on a different type of time, man. This shit is crazy. But also, I actually also wanted to talk about this pedophilia stuff, man. They actually had came out. The FBI actually had came out with a with some symbols that they found that pedophiles be using, and a lot of these what you call them, a lot of these cartoons are using these symbols as well. So I'm gonna try to show y'all both. Give me a second. Try to show y'all both of these. So hold on. Let me get to the top. Every time I blow this up, it goes straight to the bottom. So this is the Federal Bureau of Investigation Intelligence Bulletin, right? They got symbols and logos used by pedophiles to identify sexual preference. I'm not going to read this whole thing, but the pedophiles to include those who sexually abuse children as well as those who produce, distribute, and trade child pornography are using various types of identification logos or symbols to recognize one another and distinguishing their sexual preferences to specifically indicate the pedophile's gender preference. Members of the pedophilia organization encourages the use of descriptions such as boy love, girl love, child love. These symbols have been etched into rings and formed into pendants and have been also found imprinted on coins. So here we go. The boy love is right here. This is a little boy lover. This shit is crazy, man. It's a little pendant with the heart. They got that. Child love, online media activism. See what I'm saying? These people are weird, man. And the funny part about it is that they actually are pushing this to kids. So if you actually let me see this. I'm gonna go on. I actually put some of the pictures up on my Facebook. It's not gonna let me sign in. I'm not gonna do that. But let me just see if I can do it this way. Give me 1 second for it. You got to be on top of this, especially with your kids, because they trying to lure them in. They trying to lure them in. Images. I'm gonna just go to the images. See what I'm saying? Look at that crazy shit. Disney and their pedo symbols. Why would you even do that? That shit is like hella weird, hella wild. Like this shit is crazy, man. I'm trying to tell you, they definitely be off this weirdo stuff, man. Look, this was a toy. She found pedophile symbols on there on a truck. You feel me? This is a crush truck. You know what I'm saying? We gotta watch these people, man. This is why you gotta monitor your kids and what they watching. I don't even know what this cartoon was. That was like I don't even know what that was. Oh, they got this one cartoon called Mona. One second. Yeah, this one right here. See? And it's Disney. Disney's the main person that's lodged in this. And yo, I swear on everything, if I could actually put some of my paperwork out here, I can give you a lot of stuff on on the Boy Scouts, on what's them, the Catholic Church, Disney, and a couple other people that are in with the Boy Scouts. And I'm not going to officially say that they are doing that they are directly involved, but man, we can see this is just my belief now. I believe that Disney, Catholic Church, and the Boy Scouts all have molestation going on, and y'all all are involved together to get that off during the Boy Scout due to the Boy Scout situation. Now, if I go to this ain't on this computer, I would have to go on this laptop. I have to go on my other laptop, which isn't working right now. But yeah, that's another thing. All right, so let me speak on this real quick. Pedophilia in the black community. Now, this is something that I believe runs rampant in the black community. Again, I'm a victim of child molestation. Um, Two dudes, which were brothers, was molesting me when I was a kid, and it's weird because the whole approach of how these people come at you when you're little, it all starts from joking. It all starts from games. It all starts from, um, play fighting, wrestling, and that's why I say if you have these type of people, just watch who you have around your kids. Watch who you allow to engage with your kids on certain type of things, because people sneak, and I mean they sneak a lot of this stuff in to get this stuff off. Like, you get what I'm saying? It's like they um they will use the most covert things to try to uh just get you in. Man, I would listen. Once my case is over, I am going to go in on this situation, but I really can't go in on my particular situation too much because again, I have a civil case that's going on, and I can't fuck that up. I would keep it a buck with you. I ain't messing that up. Not to give you no not for YouTube anyway. But man, listen, bro. I'm gonna tell you right now. This is what I can say to women out there who are single mothers, and just families out there in general. Because I didn't have a single mother. My mom and dad was married, and the shit still happened to me. So um, the people that are closest to you are more likely the people that are um, going to try your kids. You feel what I'm saying? It's pretty much never a stranger that tries them. It's always a relative or someone close to the family that. And I noticed that like the dudes that was doing this to me and other people in my community, there's a whole bunch of other little kids that this happened to. A lot of them didn't want to speak up, and I spoke to them since we've been adults. And these just like, because I was trying to, say, yo, bro, I got a situation going on over here legally. You know what I'm saying? You can holler at my lawyer, my peoples, and get you some justice. But a lot of people didn't want to do it again for this main reason was to not press the issue because to hurt, really to hurt their family. Now, this ain't what people saying, but I already know what it is. You still hang around or you're still around the person's family and you're very close to the person's family and you don't want to stir the pot. But I'm a pot stirrer, nigga. I don't care. I'm a pot stirrer. I'm not letting you get away with no shit like that. Because you won't let me get away with doing it to your motherfucking kid, nigga. You crazy as hell. I wouldn't do it to your kid, but if I did, you wouldn't let me get away with it. So I ain't letting you slide, bro. And the funny part about it is, because that's why I say, like, bro, this is simple. Like, they ain't even going to jail. You feel what I'm saying? They ain't even going to, even though they need to go to jail, but they ain't even going to jail. The one got he had a criminal case back in 2015, bro. I don't even think that shit over, bro. I know in 2020, this dude's case wasn't over. Like, they was using Corona and whatever, whatever. But listen, he still might be getting that whole Corona situation. But I know his case wasn't even over. But I did see people. That's why I said, bro, when this is over, I'm going to have everything to put on the table to show people the weirdo stuff that's going on here. Cause, bro, I'd still be saying this person with people's kids, shit, man. Like, it's crazy. That's why I was like, man, listen, bro, people will brush things under the rug just to not um, hurt somebody else's feelings or hurt somebody's reputation. Like, squeeze that, man. We gotta stop being off that as a community, man. As the just the world in general, because I see that it goes on in white communities too, and Spanish communities and everything, man. That whole stuff gotta stop, bro. That whole not wanting to put somebody on blast because you're gonna mess up their image. People getting foster kids, like, bro, these people used to get foster kids. I know people that was getting foster kids. They was in these Big Brother They was like, it was in the Big Brother programs, which means they was the person getting the kid at, and like, they was the big brother. Like, daycares, day camps, like, you name it, everything. I'm like, yo, hold on, damn, everything because you're not noticing this as a kid, and it's like, I'm like, yo, now it's just like, yo, this person literally everything they was doing had to do with kids. Yo, juvenile, you was like going to the juvenile detention centers and speaking on people. You going to the jails, to the prisons. Just like, yo, everything you do always have to do with some kids. And I noticed another thing, they like to target trouble kids. Because I was a little trouble kid. Even though for real, because I spoke to a therapist, right? And as we was breaking stuff down, and I never really noticed it now because I failed seventh grade, right? And a couple years before that, that's when everything was starting, right? It might have been in sixth grade or fifth grade, like when things actually starting. Like, you know what I mean? People touching you, and you just like, oh, what the fuck is that? Like, you know what I'm saying? Just like, but again, people use this as a game, like everything's a joke. It's like, oh, this is good. And it's just so funny because the person used to um like kiss their kids on the mouth, right? So it's just like when they hug you and they kiss you, they just kiss you. And you little, so it's just like, oh. And then again, on top of that, we was like in church, so we was all church family. So it's just like you're not really looking at it as nothing. I never liked that shit. Like, come on, man. Wow. You feel me? Even as a kid, just like my dad don't even kiss me on my mouth. Nigga, like, why is you doing that shit? But again, watch this. Nigga doing it in front of everybody. And I didn't go to no little church. Like, you just do that shit to every dude, like every like kid or even teenager or whatever the hell. It's just like, oh, this nigga's weird, dog. This nigga's truly weird, right? The nigga had just, bro. I swear to God, because I was this person's godson. Then one day I remember me and a friend of mine was in this dude's shed, and he used to have an office in his shed, and he had all these pictures, and I'm just like, yo. Now that we was looking back, because me and this person had a conversation, and we looking back, like, yo, remember all the fucking pictures this nigga had of like straight dudes, like all of us as little kids. This nigga had over 100 godsons, nigga, two goddaughters. He got two goddaughters and over 100 godsons. Like, yo, this shit was crazy and weird. And it's we ain't really because you're not noticing it because we all were so close as like a family in the community. It was just like, everybody know everybody. You know what I'm saying? This person was so looked up to in the community that like he could go to anybody's crib, dog, and like a person would let this person leave with their kids, dog. Like for real, bro. This type of this dude had this type of stain in the community. Like I used to be on punishment, like not allowed to go outside, not allowed to watch TV. He would come to my crib because he literally lived across the street. This person would come to my crib and tell my parents, like, yo, I'm about to take him to the rec with me. Have him clean up and do some stuff. They'd be like, all right. Oh. And I'd be out there just doing whatever I want. Oh. Running around, playing basketball, just doing anything. You feel me? You taking me to McDonald's. Just like, yo, I'm trying to tell you. And like, as a kid, no nobody trying to be locked in the crib, even though the dude a little weird. He just be on his little hugging you too long, and you know what I'm saying? Nigga might, just doing. You just like, man, fuck, I'm out. Like, bro, I'm going to the rec. I'm playing. Shoot home. You feel me? Because the person wasn't doing it every single time. You feel what I'm saying? Like every single time I'm around this person, they not doing something, but they was trying to break you in. They wasn't um all the way just blatant until later. As after stuff built up, it was later. Matter of fact, the one dude, which is the dude's brother, I'll never forget this day of my life. He actually came to the crib and like, yo, this nigga literally like came in my room middle of the night. It was like 2 in the morning. Because my peoples would let him and his son stay there, right? But his son was sleeping in my brother's room, and he usually would sleep on the couch, but he just came in my room. Nigga jumped in my bed, hammer all. I'm like, yo, man, what's he doing? So I just get up, and it was weird because they were like, yo, man, don't ever let nobody do such and such. And I was like, yo, what did he do? What you just did? What you mean? That nigga, all right, like they ain't even making no sense. But it's just like crazy shit, bro. People used to just do, bro. Shit was just wild, bro. And I remember the next weekend, right? Because I didn't say anything again because his son was like one of my best friends. So it's like I'm scared to kind of say anything because I don't want to as a kid, you're not trying to. Number one, I didn't want to be looked at as gay. That was like the main part, right? Because I'm not gay at all. I don't. I love women. That's another thing that let me say this. Being as though that was happening, I used to overcompensate with women and try to be with so many girls. Like for real. Some people who get molested and turn gay, I was like the total opposite. I was like, nigga, now I'm just trying to be with hella girls at the same time. Like I have a girlfriend and be sliding in this chick crib, knocking on this chick window, knocking on this chick. Like, nigga, that's just what it was. Like, nigga, creeping out the crib middle of the night trying to because it was just like, it's so funny too, because I remember dudes, these same two dudes, because it was just crazy, because I used to be able to call them and be like, yo, can you take me to Cape May, or can you take me to this place? And it'd be a girl's house, and you dropping me off, and nigga, I was into girls, nigga, I ain't into no dude. But even though I knew they was weird to an extent, it was still like, nigga, I'm still gonna get you to do this thing, nigga, because I'm trying to get off on this broad. You feel what I'm saying? So it was just like you would do that. I remember one time I got caught in this chick's crib, and her people was, oh, you gotta go. Nigga, it was cold as hell outside. It was snowing. So, dude, I called this dude to pick me up, and I'll never forget, bro. I can't explain all that story because that was one of the parts that's part of my little situation. But like, yo, nigga literally came, got out the bed with his wife, nigga, to come get me at 2 in the morning just to try me. Like, he knew that I needed some help. So now, that I snuck out my crib, and you knew that my parents didn't know. So that was one of the times where you was just like, okay, now I can get this off, and you're not gonna tell because you don't want to get in trouble for doing what you was doing out. You get what I'm saying? So it was just like, man, that's you gotta watch. That's what I say too. That's why you gotta watch it too. Cause one of the dudes was married with kids, man. Married with kids, dog. Shit, wow, man. We all on the bus stop every single day. Every single day, nigga. That's what I'm saying. Like, dog, I got pictures with me and this person's son in the tub while we like 1 years old. Like we 1 years old. We got pictures of us washing up together at 1 years old. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like that's why I said it's like you know these people so much. It's just almost like, um, and I already knew that somebody would know that something was up if, again, if I said something or like, and I also didn't think anybody would believe me either because this person holds so much weight and so much clout. They're gonna be like, "Oh, you on some bullshit." You get what I'm saying? So it was like that was another thing. I was scared for people to clown me. That's what we all was. As a matter of fact, I spoke to like 3 other people who said that same thing. They didn't want to say nothing because, again, as kids, you think that people are going to make fun of you. Like, oh, that nigga touched you. Da, da, da. And it's funny too because I watched people do this to Hassan Campbell when he was talking about being molested, and I just thought that was ill. I just thought that was like people. Matter of fact, I think it was like 100. Like, oh, so you got fucked in your ass. And I was thinking to myself, like, hold on, bro. We actually condemn child molesters. Like Hassan saying all that stuff happened to him when he got molested as a kid. So for you to clown him about that, that's almost big enough for child molesting. I ain't even gonna say almost, it is. That's big enough for child molesters, excuse me. So again, um, it I don't know. It's just like it's weird to me, and I just always thought that was funny because some people when they trying to hurt you, they will use things like that to try to hurt your feelings or try to have that be a way to hurt your feelings or. But it's just like, nigga, first of all, right now you can say anything you want to me. That shit ain't gonna hurt me at all. That shit not gonna hurt me at all, nigga. No, trying to make fun of me anyway because I'm one of them dudes. Like I was one of the dudes that go to prison and be in there straight cracking. We go back and forth with the crack, so you ain't gonna be able to listen. Plus, I already know a lot of dudes been through this. Just a lot of dudes ain't never saying nothing. Dudes are more likely to go to this and not say nothing than a girl will go through it and not say nothing. You get what I'm saying? Because most girls get molested by a man, and a lot of girls are intimate, so that's kind of different. It's almost like me being molested by a woman wouldn't be as bad as me being molested by a man because I'm not gay. I don't like men whatsoever on no level. Whatsoever on no level. Even to this day, I think it affects me because I still feel very uncomfortable around gay men, especially flamers. I can't do it. Like that shit is just no brain. I cannot do it. If I'm in jail, nigga, you not coming to my cell. You gotta go, or I'm going to see somebody. Or we not being in the same room. That shit is not happening. I do not like that vibe. I do not like that energy because I already know why you like that most of the time. Most of the time, you like that because you got molested. I told you, but in my situation, I just went the other way. I didn't go gay. I just went the other way. Man, I just wanted a whole bunch of females. You feel me? Like I'm overcompensating, and it kind of affects my relationships to an extent. Especially back in the day, because I was always cheating on somebody because I always wanted to do something with a girl. It's like I have to do something with a girl to get this shit out my head. Like as long as I'm doing something with a girl, I'm not thinking about that shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like I don't know. It's definitely a lot of trickle effect. It actually got me in a lot of trouble You feel me? That's why I'm about to say when I was talking to the therapist, which again we found out that a lot of my behavior problems actually was starting from that in school because I was always a class clown, but like the real not doing my work just because I went from um, like being in fifth grade getting A's and B's, right? Sixth grade getting it to seventh grade, I just straight failed. Like I was getting all F's and D's and U's and like nigga, I was just done. And then when basketball actually made me just do it even a little bit. Like, I remember you couldn't have two F's. We had to use unsatisfactory, but you couldn't get two F's to and you couldn't play, right? So I would literally get all D's in 1 year. Literally, and I was still just so I can just make the team. But I don't know. It was just something that was bothering me inside that where I just didn't want to do any work. You feel me? It just kind of crushed my soul. So it was just like that kind of affected me in school, and then on the other side, it affected me because then I wanted to just win. You know what I'm saying? But it was weird because like, yo, okay. So I remember a time in Maryland. We was all in Maryland at somebody's spot. I'm probably giving all this shit away. People that know me already gonna know what's going on anyway. They already know what I'm talking about. But like, we was in Maryland and just like, again, this is how much these two dudes, which is brothers, had so much clout with the people and so much respect with the people that we were growing up with. That I had with me, a couple of my cousins, my next door neighbor, my friend, um, dude's nephews, his son. Like, yo, dog, we would literally be I remember one day we was out there watching TV early in the morning. We just all woke up. We was staying in the living room. And this nigga just came out there, tighty whities, no t-shirt. We just all laughed. We ain't really laugh hard because he always used to, give us body work and shit like that. So it was just like we ain't want to laugh too hard, so the nigga don't try to be like, oh, come here, you laughing, boo, 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 then beat you down, put you on the one of them because he knew karate and all this stuff. So he threw you in one of these little holes. You be had you, had you hemmed up. But it was funny because I remember laying in this nigga's room. Like, okay, so of course his son got a room. So two people were sleeping there, and then two people were sleeping in his room, right? And he would switch swap two other people all the time, right? So I remember me and his son. Again, this is why he wasn't really thinking anything about it. So me and his son in the room in his bed. Again, we all kids. We might even be in middle school, high school. Might have been middle school, I think. And definitely was middle school. Once I was in high school, I had a girlfriend, and I wasn't even trying to leave New Jersey after that. Man, trying to get in. So me and his son, we both laying in the bed, he in the bed. Like, yo, this nigga damn near, but like again, tighty whitey, you all hugged up, kissing on niggas, and like not kissing us in the mouth, but just cheek kissing. You just it's like, man, I love you guys, and this, that, and the third. It's like, oh, come on, man, like, nigga, this a little too much, dog. Like, but you do it to your son too, so it's just like, nigga ain't thinking no crazy stuff, like to an extent. You know what I mean? You just be like, man, this nigga crazy. This nigga kind of weird. You feel what I'm saying? But now that I grow up, I'm like, whoa, like, nigga, you do that to somebody, kid, nigga liable to blast you in the back of your dome. You heard? That's why I always ask people ask me like, yo, exactly what happened. Because I'm not telling you, especially why this case going on. When the case is over, I'll go into vivid detail. And but yeah, like when people ask, all I say is, listen, if I did that any of this shit, even if I say, yo, nigga never fucked me in my ass, nigga never sucked my dick, I ain't never sucked nobody's dick, no shit like that. Like, all I'm gonna say is, if I did any of this to your kids, what the person was doing to me, you would try to kill me. You try to kill me straight like that. Most people. If you don't try to kill me, you definitely gonna call the police and get me locked up. You know what I'm saying? So like, yeah, don't we not downplaying anything because you know what I mean. But that's what some of my peoples was doing. That some of the stuff was happening to. See, they like, oh, it wasn't really that serious. Like, nigga ain't do no shit like that to me. He was just, hugging me, putting his man on me and shit like that. So it's just like, nigga, squeeze that. Like, I can't do that to your kid right now, nigga. Like, oh, no, no. Yeah, nah, fuck that. Yeah, nigga, that's what I'm saying. So, like, what's the difference? You get what I'm saying? So it's just like, but a lot of people like to cover things up and hide things for the sake of, you know, not hurting people or not embarrassing people. I'm gonna tell you one thing. When this is over, oh nigga, DVDs, nigga, I'm gonna make a whole documentary about the stuff I witnessed growing up and all the stuff. 'Cause my other people's who got all the super juice, he down with it. He down with the documentary. So like, I'm trying to tell you, bro, I'm gonna put people on blast. I don't care. I don't care, dog. I ain't holding back on nobody. Same way y'all talk about me behind my back about how I was getting in trouble and going to jail all the time. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. There was a lot of grown-ups who knew that this person was doing stuff to people, and also other people who didn't do anything to me, but they did things to other people. You feel what I'm saying? People knew and wasn't saying anything, which is like it's crazy all in itself. So again, I just wanted to kind of break that down and get into that to again, one for me to vent, and two for y'all to understand and try to see if you can get something out of it. And if you've been molested or raped or anything, need somebody to talk to, man, hit me up, man. Listen, I always thinking about some shit like that. 'Cause, I get how, because once I really started talking about it, I remember, the first time I was in a county jail. I'll never forget. I'm not gonna say this person's name, but he was like a well-known drug dealer, big time drug dealer. Nigga was thorough as hell. Definitely whooped ass back in the day. You feel me? And present time. And we was in the county together, and I'll never forget. One day, the person was like the clergy in the county, so he was able to come anytime that wasn't visiting hours because the clergy is like the pastor, even though he's not a real pastor. But he could come in there and ask them to bring you down there, and you can like have a visit, right? So I'm in I'm in there for shooting, and he asked. No, I wasn't in there for the shooting at this time. I forgot what I was in there for this time. But whatever it was, I wasn't messing with him at the time because I for some reason we was beefing. I don't remember the exact why, but reason, but I wasn't feeling it because he used to do little slick stuff. You know what I mean? Um, and not on no molestation shit, just slick stuff. He was like a snaky person. So he asked to they asked the teammates like, yo, such and such want to come see you. Such and such wants you to come out there as a clergy visit. And I was like, nah, I'm good. So again, this person ain't allowed back on the unit. So they go back and they like, yo, so the officer come back like, yo, he said such and such, such and such. I'm like, nah, I'm good, man. I'm straight. You feel me? And everybody who's in the jail, especially from our town, know exactly who this person is. So niggas is like, why you don't want to mess with him? Like, dog, he be helping people out. And he do to an extent, right? And again, that's again to like will niggas in or whatever, or whoever, whatever. So they're like, yo, man, go down there, man. Tell him to call my peoples, man. This, that, and the third. Da, da, da. I'm like, bro, I'm not going out there to see that dude, bro. You know what I'm saying? So it's just so I remember the officer was like, man, just go out there for a couple because he feel bad now because who this person is. I'm like, nah, dog, I'm good, man. Tell that nigga I'm good, bro. Don't come out, don't come asking for me, bro. I'll see you when I get out. Because you still live across the street from my people. So I go in the cell and I remember what's name was like, yo, what's up? And he's like, why you ain't want to go out there? And he was like, because he was like the little trustee person that was out there, you know, moving around, passing out trays and stuff. So when he come in, he like, yo, why you ain't want to go out there? And we in the cell, we just eating, he smoking bud. We like, he like, man, what happened? I'm like, nah, man, son, he just be on some other stuff, bro. Nigga be he snaky as shit. And mind you, it ain't got nothing to do with the other stuff. I'm just like, yo, dude be snaky as hell. So, he like, yeah, man. A lot of people at that church be on some sneaky weird stuff because he know the church that I used to go to, right? Again, and he knows everybody that goes to the church that I went to, even though he didn't really go there. You know what I mean? He just knew people. He would show up sometimes, but they used to eat a lot after church. You know what I mean? A lot of people used to just come to eat, right? So he was like, yo, them niggas be weird too, bro, like on some weird shit. And I was like, I just started laughing. I was like, listen, my nigga, I already know niggas is super weird. He was like, yo, nah, I'm talking about like some weird, like some gay weird shit. I said, nah, nigga, I know, nigga. Listen, blah, blah, blah. And he ran down the story of some shit that happened to him, and I was like, what? I couldn't even believe it. He was like, yo, bro, word is on, nigga. I was little as hell. I was just like, yo, these dudes, he's like, woo, woo, woo. And he had seen some other stuff with somebody else that he ran into and seen, and he was like, yo, bro, everything. Then that's when I ran down my spill. He was like, what? I'm like, yeah, dog. I'm like, yo, I'm trying to tell you. Woo, 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 woo. And that's when that was like my first time actually truly breaking down to somebody what was going on. Like, because I was giving him details. Like, he's like, yo, bro. He's like, man, yeah, all right. He's like, yeah, don't fuck with him. Don't ever go out there. Don't ever mess. I was like, man, I ain't, dog. Trust me. And I said, for real, it's mainly because he be doing some other sneaky stuff. Like, nigga called the police on me. I literally had just seen this person, right? I'm in the recreational center because he used to run the rec. And I'm in the rec, and I'm like, we having, what's the name? I'm like, yo, they police looking for me or whatever. Because he wanted me to chill there with him, and I'm like, nah, I'm about to shoot out here. At this time, I'm in the streets now, you know. And so me and my fam, we leave out of there and we go shoot to the back of the wreck in the trail to go smoke some weed. Yo, nigga. Police just pop up at the wreck out of nowhere, right? Just pop up like 5 deep. Niggas darted straight in the trail, nigga. We just in here smoking. Them niggas just boom, like, yo. I'm like, what? Nigga, anybody know where I'm from in that trail and behind the wreck? You already know, nigga. First of all, what made you go back there? Y'all don't ever just go back there. What made you go back there and go in there to just grab me? Like, oh, there you are. I'm like, there you are. That already had that already had me like, what the hell? There you are. Like, nigga, and I'm good and locked up. So now they gotta walk me back past the wreck because they parked at the wreck. And this nigga just looking out the window. I'm like, oh, and matter of fact, it's so funny, right? Because me and him got into an argument, it was like not a big argument. We got into a little argument before me and my peoples left the wreck. So when we back there smoking, and the niggas like, oh, there you are. When they was putting the handcuffs on me, that nigga said, man, said the person's name was like, man, he wild for that, bro. I said, yo, I know he did that shit. And they kept not saying anything. I'm like, yo, how'd y'all know I was back here? They just like, oh, nah, we just, they wasn't trying to say nothing. But I'm like, man, he said, nah, what's the name called the police on you, fam? You already know. I was like, I know he did, old suck ass. That's what I say. So he's like a grimy person. Now, mind you, this was before he even was trying to come to the what's the name and visit me. Like you still would come up there and be like, hey man, da, 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 like you ain't just get me locked up before that. Dog. Like I said, man, listen, man, shit wild, man. Shit wild. People are wild, and that's why I say, man, if you ever been through some stuff like that, definitely get yourself some help. Definitely try to get some therapy, talk to somebody, and, so you can get through that, man. Because it can be hard, it can be depressing, it can put you in that sunken place where you just like, man, F everything, dog. That's the type of mentality I used to have as a kid. Just Like, man, squeeze this, bro. I don't even care about school. I don't care about that. I wasn't care about nothing but basketball and girls. That's it. That's all I cared about. Nigga. Nothing else. It wasn't that, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Then I was also overcompensating with smoking weed all the time. That was like my little stress relief. Just smoking. Actually, been a year without smoking that. So that's what's up for me. Congratulations, toast. But yeah, man, don't let nobody just be around your kids, just any old person, man. Because these people are weird, man. You got weirdos out there, bro. And some of these people, I have 4 or 5 girlfriends, bro. You over there messing with your son. You know what I'm saying? Like real talk, bro. These dudes would be married with kids and be messing with your daughter, and your daughter the same age as this nigga's fucking 7-year-old. You feel what I'm saying? Like, yo, you gotta watch people, bro. That's why I don't like anybody around my dogs, my little kids, bro. My boy, no bueno, fam. They ain't staying over nobody's house. Nah, we're not doing none of that. And listen, and I always tell them this, even though I would understand totally if somebody was like, nah, dog, they ain't staying with you. All right. I mean, listen, I get it. You know what I'm saying? Because I always tell them, yo, you ain't staying over nobody's house. They can come stay over here, but you not going over there. I don't know who that person mess with. I don't know who, you feel what I'm saying? What type of time they on. They can have a boyfriend or somebody that's on some weird type of time. Or listen, bro, I ain't doing it. Nigga be having his cousin, his uncle, and all these other people coming over there. And some of these females is nasty too. Some of these females out here, excuse me, molesting kids too. I watch them. But yeah, family, I'ma let this go. It's early in the morning. I did this early in the morning. I was supposed to do this last night, but I actually overslept. Now I'm up. But like, yeah, man, bro, listen. If y'all need somebody to talk to, email me. It's William Adams 0302 at gmail.com. If you ever need somebody to talk to, you know, hit me up, man. Definitely hit me up. Vibe, you know what I'm saying? Like my people's that, I actually I got this, this civil situation with, and some people I grew up with. Like we kick it all the time, and we always be talking about it. You know what I mean? Sometimes we be making jokes. Sometimes we be dead serious. Like, man, this shit crazy, man. Shit's crazy what we was going through as kids. You know what I'm saying? Because it was a lot, bro. It was just a lot of other stuff going on. You know what I mean? I can't even get so deep into it or show anything, but like, trust me, as soon as this situation is over, with this whole so I was in the Boy Scouts, so I got a good situation. But soon as this shit is over, yeah, shit, we gonna open up a can of worms. First, I got to see if we allowed to open up the can of worms based off the, because some things be like you can't say nothing, or you might have a gag order or some goofy stuff going on. So like, I don't know. I gotta actually still speak to my attorneys to see what see what that can be like. You know what I'm saying? See if I'm allowed to even speak on it, show any of the paperwork, because I got paperwork. And anybody who in this person family gonna know. Once you read what this dude had wrote before, what this dude had wrote, you're gonna know he is full shit. And you know the only reason that you even made a statement like that because you trying to hide that you were doing stuff to people. Facts. Facts, bro. And I can't wait to expose your old weird behind, bro. These dudes is old now. You know what I mean? They old and washed up now. But still, one is a principal and one is still, I don't know what the other one's doing. I know he's the one that was facing the charges with the other one in Maryland, one in New Jersey. Y'all weird as hell. And shit going, karma is the baddest broad on the planet. And you know you're gonna get yours, and you couldn't. And that dirt was. That's why you can't be doing dirt, because the dirt always comes up. Dirt always comes up. What's going on in the dark is always gonna come to the light at some time. And That's exactly what happened to these dudes. The shit they was doing in the dark came to the light, and now they exposed. I still bumped into this person. Not all the way bumped into him, but I rolled by him, and the person was trying to wave me down. Mind you, I have literally had a civil case against you. You are named in my civil suit, and you still tried to wave me down, like, hey, 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 like happy, trying to talk to me. Like, get your weird ass out of here, man. Get your weird ass out of here, man. That's it. Black Star TV 2.0. It's your boy Black Star, man. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this content. You gotta hit the like button so the algorithm gets to popping. And I'm gonna let y'all go on that note. And y'all be safe. Um, we ain't celebrating the 4th of July because the 4th of July we were still slaves while they were celebrating their independence. So on that note, we out of here, family.